September 16th, 1992, a date that would forever be etched in the annals of financial history. It was a day that started like any other, but by the end it had become a defining moment in the world of finance. A day etched in financial history. The headlines screamed of chaos and upheaval, capturing the sheer magnitude of what had transpired. The financial world was in turmoil, and the reverberations were felt across the globe. A day that became, well, a brutal lesson in the might of markets. Traders were caught off guard, their faces etched with stress and urgency. The trading floor was a scene of pandemonium, with everyone scrambling to make sense of the unfolding disaster. It was the day a single investor took on a central bank, and won. George Soros, a name that would become synonymous with financial prowess, orchestrated a move that would shake the very foundations of the Bank of England. This is the story of Black Wednesday, a day when the unthinkable happened, and the Bank of England found itself at the mercy of market forces it could not control. The headlines captured the shock and disbelief that rippled through the financial community. The day George Soros broke the Bank of England. His bet against the pound was audacious, and it paid off in a way that few could have imagined. The financial graphs told a story of a currency in free fall and a central bank powerless to stop it. The air crackled with tension, phones rang incessantly. Traders were frantically trying to keep up with the rapid developments, their voices a cacophony of urgency and desperation. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the high stakes of the moment. Traders huddled, their eyes glued to flickering screens. Every tick of the market was scrutinized, every movement analyzed. The screens were a window into the chaos, displaying the relentless decline of the pound. Billions of pounds were at stake. This wasn't a game. This was financial warfare. The sums of money being moved were staggering, and the consequences of every decision were monumental. It was a battle of wits, strategy, and sheer nerve, with fortunes hanging in the balance. To understand this battle, we must rewind. We need to go back in time to grasp the complexities and the stakes involved. The story of the European Exchange Rate Mechanism, or ERM, is one of ambition, hope, and eventual turmoil. The European Exchange Rate Mechanism, or ERM, was the battlefield. It was a grand experiment, a precursor to the euro, designed to bring economic stability to Europe. The idea was simple yet profound, to link European currencies together in a bid to foster unity and economic strength. Created in 1979, the ERM aimed to stabilize European currencies before the introduction of the euro. It was a time of great optimism, with leaders envisioning a future where economic cooperation would lead to political harmony. The ERM was seen as a stepping stone towards a more integrated Europe. Participating countries pegged their currencies to the German Deutschmark, a symbol of stability. The Deutschmark was strong, reliable, and trusted, making it the ideal anchor for the ERM. Countries believed that by aligning with the Deutschmark, they could achieve similar economic stability. But the ERM had a flaw. The system was rigid, and it didn't account for the diverse economic conditions of its member states. What worked for one country didn't necessarily work for another. This rigidity would soon become a source of tension and conflict. It struggled to accommodate individual economies. Each country had its own unique economic challenges and priorities. The one-size-fits-all approach of the ERM meant that some countries thrived while others floundered. The disparities began to show and the cracks in the system widened. By 1992, cracks appeared. The global economic landscape was shifting and the pressures on the ERM were mounting. Headlines screamed of economic woes and stock markets across Europe were in turmoil. The dream of a unified economic front was being tested like never before. The German reunification put upward pressure on the Deutschmark. The costs of bringing East and West Germany together were immense, and the economic policies needed to support this reunification had ripple effects across Europe. The Deutschmark's strength became a double-edged sword. Other economies, including the UK, struggled to keep pace. The British pound, in particular, faced immense pressure. The UK found itself in a precarious position, trying to maintain its currency's value while dealing with internal economic challenges. The strain was becoming unbearable, and the unity that the ERM sought to create was fracturing under the weight of these pressures. Enter George Soros, a Hungarian-American investor, a man known for his financial acumen and his bold bets. Soros saw what others missed. The UK had joined the ERM at an overvalued rate. Its economy was weakening. Something had to give. Soros believed the pound was ripe for devaluation. He saw an opportunity, a chance to profit from the impending chaos, and he was prepared to stake his reputation and billions of dollars on his conviction. Soros began quietly amassing a short position against the pound. He borrowed heavily in sterling, betting the pound would fall. His strategy was audacious, almost reckless. If he was wrong, the losses could be catastrophic. News of Soros's wager spread through the financial world. The Bank of England took notice. They knew the stakes. They had to defend the pound's position within the ERM. A devaluation would be a national humiliation. September 16th dawned. The tension was palpable. Soros's fund, the Quantum Fund, began selling pounds. Massive amounts. The market felt the pressure. The pound began to slide. The Bank of England fought back. They bought pounds, trying to prop up the currency. Interest rates were raised, but the market was relentless. The selling intensified. The Bank of England was fighting a losing battle. The more they bought, the more Soros and others sold. The market sensed blood. By the end of the day, the pound had plummeted. It fell below the lower limit set by the ERM. The UK, once a pillar of financial stability, was forced to withdraw from the ERM. It was a humiliating defeat, and Soros had orchestrated it all. The aftermath was swift and brutal. Interest rates remained high. The British economy went into a recession. Black Wednesday, as it came to be known, left a scar on the UK's financial reputation. But for Soros, it was a triumph. His gamble had paid off. His fund profited an estimated $1 billion. He became known as the man who broke the Bank of England.
Let me hear you say 1, 2, 3, 4.
Section 8, a new financial order. Black Wednesday sent shockwaves through the global financial system. It demonstrated the immense power of speculation. It showed that even central banks could be vulnerable to market forces. The event also highlighted the growing influence of hedge funds. These lightly regulated entities, armed with sophisticated trading strategies and immense capital, could move markets and challenge governments. Section 9, the legacy of a broken bank. The legacy of Black Wednesday is still felt today. It contributed to the creation of the euro as European countries sought closer economic integration. It also led to greater scrutiny of hedge funds and their role in financial markets. The event also solidified Soros's reputation as a financial titan. He became a symbol of both the opportunities and the dangers of globalized finance. Section 10, Soros, villain or visionary. George Soros remains a controversial figure. Some hail him as a brilliant investor, a philanthropist who uses his wealth to promote democracy and open societies. Others criticize his speculative activities, accusing him of profiting from economic turmoil. Love him or loathe him, there's no denying his impact. His actions on Black Wednesday had far-reaching consequences, shaping the landscape of global finance. Section 11, Echoes of Black Wednesday. On September 16, 1992, a day that would come to be known as Black Wednesday, the financial world was shaken to its core. The events of that day have left an indelible mark on the history of global finance. Black Wednesday serves as a stark reminder of the power and unpredictability of financial markets. The chaos that ensued on trading floors around the world was a testament to the volatility that can arise seemingly out of nowhere. Traders, with their eyes glued to screens, watched in horror as stock prices plummeted and fortunes evaporated in mere moments. It's a reminder that even the mightiest institutions can be brought down. Banks that were once considered invincible found themselves on the brink of collapse. The ripple effects of Black Wednesday were felt far and wide, shaking the very foundations of the financial system. And it's a story that continues to resonate today as we navigate the complexities of a globalized financial system. The lessons learned from Black Wednesday are more relevant than ever. In today's interconnected world, the actions of a single entity can have far-reaching consequences, affecting markets and economies across the globe. The events of that day serve as a cautionary tale, They remind us of the fragility of financial markets and the importance of vigilance and preparedness. The shockwaves of Black Wednesday continue to be studied by economists and financial experts who seek to understand the factors that led to such a dramatic collapse. A reminder that in the world of high finance, fortunes can be made and lost in a single day. The rapid exchange of currency, the constant monitoring of financial data, and the high-stakes decisions made by traders all contribute to the ever-present risk and reward of the financial markets. Black Wednesday stands as a powerful example of how quickly the tides can turn and how crucial it is to remain vigilant in the face of uncertainty.